Hello and welcome to A Community Voice Short. I'm your host, Katie Roche. Today we're going to be speaking with Shannon Wagner, Vice President of MECCA Services here in Iowa City, and we're going to be talking about Recovery Month. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. I know the term recovery, some people are familiar with it, but what exactly is recovery?
Well, I think when you hear the word recovery, you tend to think of recovering from an illness. If someone has a hospital stay or breaks an arm, they recover from that illness and then they're essentially all better. Recovery from substance abuse disorders is more of a lifelong process. It refers to people that have been through addiction, drugs and alcohol, and now through counseling, support, whatever source of treatment that they've sought out, are able to live a life without using drugs and alcohol. So we say that they are living in recovery. And it really is, like I said, a lifelong process. A person isn't just in recovery for a week or a month, they're in recovery for the rest of their life, constantly managing their illness and using the supports around them to stay clean and sober.
So Recovery Month is celebrated nationally and locally. How is it celebrated nationally?
Well, it's actually the 19th year that there's been a national campaign. It's National Alcohol and Drug Addiction Recovery Month, so we call it just Recovery Month for short. And it's an organized national campaign that looks at what's happening in all the individual states. And for Iowa this year, there's an event that's being held in Des Moines in September at Blank Park Zoo to help celebrate what's going on in our communities around here.
So why does MECCA celebrate Recovery Month, and what kind of events do they produce locally?
Sure. It's kind of interesting because with lifestyle changes for people such as quitting smoking or losing weight, when we have a friend or family member who's done something like that, we're really quick to congratulate them, to celebrate their success. But there's not often an opportunity or chance to celebrate folks who are in substance abuse recovery and the work that they put in and continue to put in to lead a life without drugs and alcohol. And so Recovery Month and what Iowa is doing and what MECCA is supporting is sort of a voice for the thousands and thousands of Iowans who are living their lives in recovery, helping them to feel connected and supported in any way that we can.
What kind of services does MECCA provide the community?
MECCA provides just a wide range of substance abuse treatment services, starting with prevention. We have a number of staff that work in the community and in the schools, working with youth and adults before there's a problem. And then we have a wide variety of treatment services, from people that maybe have an OWI charge or sort of a one-time thing that's happened to them and they need some support or education around that, all the way through for people that really need some serious help as far as residential treatment, even detoxification. So there's just a number of different programs, and what we try to do at MECCA is take a look at the individual, find out where they're at, how we can help them with our different levels of service, and recognizing that every person that comes to MECCA is different and needs an individualized treatment plan.
How does someone go about seeking services from MECCA?
You can call us 24 hours a day. We're open every day of the year. We never close. Our phone number is 319-351-HELP. So hopefully that's pretty easy for people to remember. And again, we answer the phone any time of day, day or night. You can call and just try to find out some information. If you're concerned about yourself or a family member, you can ask to speak to a counselor. If you are looking at helping someone get into treatment or would like treatment for yourself, you can talk with a counselor about that. What's nice is all of our phone calls are completely, strictly confidential. So it's a safe call to make, it's a safe place to turn to. You don't have to worry about disclosing a whole bunch of information. You can not share your name at first if you're anxious about that. We really want to work with people where they're at and make them feel comfortable, because substance abuse it's a very difficult disorder, and it's a very scary thing to seek treatment for sometimes. So at MECCA, we just want to be as friendly and accommodating as possible to get people the help that they need.
And I understand that you also offer financial aid packages.
We do. Some people have insurance, some people don't. We don't turn away anyone because they aren't able to pay for services. We have a sliding fee scale, and we work with each client to see where they're at financially. what they can afford, what they can't afford, and we work out a plan accordingly.
I think a question that probably comes to a lot of people's minds when they start considering recovery for a friend or a family member is how they can be supportive of that person.
Sure. Again, we know how to support people with other illnesses, but it still sometimes makes people nervous or anxious to know how to do it for someone that's in recovery from substance use disorders. It can be as simple as offering to babysit for someone that wants to get to a meeting or to a counseling session, providing transportation, maybe giving them a ride. If you're an employer, it could be that you are accommodating with schedules as far as someone who may want to attend a meeting or have their counseling schedule fit in so they're able to still work full-time. It can be just being an ear to listen and support a family member or friend. It's so, substance abuse is everywhere. It's touched almost everyone's life in some way. And so to just recognize that this is a chronic illness that's a part of our community and just a part of our society, and to be accepting of it as we are and supportive as we are with other types of illnesses.
Is there a place you can send our viewers to learn more about Recovery Month and more about MECCA?
Sure. For Recovery Month information, you can visit their website, and that's www.recoverymonth.gov. And on that, they actually list all the activities happening across the nation, and there's a little tab where you can click on Iowa to see the local events. And for MECCA Services, you can visit our webpage, which is www.MECCAServices.com. And there are a number of links on there, including just our phone number. There's an email address if you're more comfortable submitting a question via email, information about our programs and services, and so forth.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for all the information, and I hope the program today helps to encourage people to seek treatment and seek the information that they need and engage in Recovery Month. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Community.